Besmeba, Weld, Memphis Kadus, and Amlak. Besmeba, Weld, Memphis Kadus, and Amlak. Besmeba, Weld, Memphis Kadus, and Amlak. Amen. Yes, good morning. Good morning. It's the 3rd of October. Yeah, it's been really interesting. I've been really enjoying doing these chapter a day Bible readings from the Ethiopian Bible, and as I said before in other videos, I'm doing it as much for myself. Do you know what I mean? If anyone engages with it and enjoying it, that's all the bonus. But it is a process of keeping myself to account and putting myself into the habit of reading the chapter a day in the Bible more, which I used to more, and then it kind of falls off with life being too busy. So, without much more preamble, chapter 5 of Genesis. This is an account of the generations of Adam. In the day of God's creating man, in the likeness of God, he has made him. A male and a female, he has created them, and he blesses them, and he calls their name man in the day of their being created. And Adam lives 130 years, or 230 years, and begets a son in his likeness, according to his image, and calls his name Seth. And the days of Adam after his begetting Seth are 800 years, and he begets sons and daughters. And all the days of Adam which he lived are 930 years, and he dies. And Seth lives 105 years, and begets Enos. And Seth lives after his begetting Enos 807 years, and begets sons and daughters. And all the days of Seth are 912 years, and he dies. And Enos lives 90 years, and begets Canaan. And Enos lives after his begetting Canaan 815 years, and begets sons and daughters. And all the days of Enos are 905 years, and he dies. And Canaan lives 70 years, and begets Mahalalel. And Canaan lives after him begetting Mahalalel 840 years, and begets sons and daughters. And all the days of Canaan are 910 years, and he dies. And Mahalalel lives 75 years, and begets Jared. And Mahalalel lives after begetting Jared 830 years, and begets sons and daughters. And all the days of Mahalalel are 895 years, and he dies. And Jared lives 162 years, and begets Enoch. And Jared lives after begetting Enoch 800 years, and begets sons and daughters. And all the days of Jared are 962 years, and he dies. And Enoch lives 65 years, and begets Methuselah. And Enoch, habitating, walks with God after begetting Methuselah 300 years, and he begets sons and daughters. And all the days of Enoch are 365 years, and Enoch habitually walks with God, and he is not, for God which has taken him. And Methuselah lives 187 years, and begets Lamech. And Methuselah lives after his begetting Lamech 782 years, and begets sons and daughters. And all the days of Methuselah are 979 years, and he dies. And Lamech lives 182 years, and he begets a son, and calls his name Noah, saying, This one comforts us concerning our work and concerning the labour of our hands, because of the ground of which Yahweh has cursed. And Lamech lives after begetting Noah 595 years, and begets sons and daughters. And all the days of Lamech are 777 years, and he dies. And Noah is the son of 500 years. And Noah begets Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Here endeth this reading. Give thanks, yet a Barak for cure. So yeah, not an easy passage to read. Lots of lineage and genealogy. And there's some big numbers in there. Do you know what I mean? Some people living to some old age, more than we're used to today. I don't have a particular comment on this section. I guess it relates back to Genesis chapter 1 and the reasoning there in relation to literal interpretation of the Bible or metaphorical. You know, did people live for that long in those times? Maybe they did. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't have much to go on in relation to that. But yeah, maybe they did. They may have lived. I'm sure they did live healthier lifestyles, and it was a very obviously goes without saying different time back then. So maybe that's the ages they reached to, or maybe there's a different way of calculating, years. The Bible uses terms like three scores and ten, for example. Um, to denote, I think it's 70, isn't it? Three school years and 10. I always forget whether it's 70 or 80. Um, but so whether it's literal or not, I don't get too wrapped up or concerned in that. I'm always interested in what is it trying to tell us, what's the message, what's trying to be kind of communicated, really. And I guess the real message here, it's about the genealogy, it's about the inheritance, it's about God's kingdom and Adam and Eve. As I said, whether you believe that they literally were the first people on earth, or whether they were the first people in God's world on earth, and there were other peoples, doing different things. And the importance of this chapter is to say there is this connection between Adam, and then our next kind of, the hero narrative is going to be Noah, and that's what it feels it's leading up to, is the Noah story. So it's basically setting the scene that when we get to Noah's story, that he is a descendant of Adam, and he's a direct, beneficiary of God's kingdom on earth. That's what I personally more interested in with this passage, rather than getting too fixated on how long did people live and is that literal or not, really. So that's me. That's how I read and interpret the Bible, and everyone has a different kind of approach, really. So give thanks for listening. Blessed love, and as I say, I'm really enjoying this process. I'm really glad I started. So God willing, I just hope I can see this thick book through to the end, one day at a time. All right then, blessed love. Have a blessed day, and yet a Berek for cure. See you soon. One.